at the start of the season, Spurs brought in a new manager. They lost Harry Kane, and personally, I was thinking, you lose 30 fucking goals, and you ain't exactly brought in a host of players. I don't know how this is going to go. Maybe you'll drop a few places, end up in 11th, 10th, and yet it's absolutely been a standout start from Ange Ball.
It has.
Yeah, you enjoying it?
I'm loving it.
What is it about that's making you the happiest?
It's the fact that we're playing good football again. We're playing like on the front foot, possession-based football, not too many touches. If you look at our XG, like look at it for the first 4 games. If you look at the amount of shots we have on goal, the amount of passes, like we are dominating teams in most areas.
You move the ball quickly as well.
It's literally, exactly, it's night and day compared to how we've been playing football for the last 4 seasons. Like under Jose, the football was counter-attacking football, cool. He gets sacked, bring in Ryan Mason. And then we get Nuno, gets sacked. Once again, counter-attacking football, sacked. Then we bring in Conte, once again, counter-attacking football. So we just wanted to get back to possession-based team. They wanted to play on the front foot attacking, and we're doing that now. What I like about Ange's as well, he just seems like such a down-to-earth character. Like everyone that's not even a Spurs fan, when they're watching the presses and the conferences, everyone's saying they like him. He seems like a likeable guy. And it seems like it's transferring into the players.
But that is because you're doing well, which is, you get me? It's the whole point behind it. It's like, what happens when you're not doing so well? How likeable of a guy is he? I'll give you your credit.
No, but that's football in general. Yeah, what I think with Ange's, he just seems like a straight talking guy, innit? Like we've had a lot of managers like Conte and Mourinho who
they
came into
riddles,
the club.
don't they?
Not just that, they talk in riddles, but they also acted like we should just be grateful to have them.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to
you're
like
punching up.
You
like,
want a
like
marriage.
you said, like the girlfriend that has a man, and the guy should just be like, I've pulled a 10 and I'm a 4.
That's why Newcastle fans like Eddie Howe, because we feel like he is happy to be our manager, and you want to feel that, and I think that just brought that.
Yeah, we've brought a guy.
There's an appreciation for the football club.
There you go.
I'm not better than you. I'm happy to be here, and this is a great opportunity.
We brought in a guy that's coached in Greece, Australia, Japan, Scotland. Like he's come in and he's actually looking at Spurs like, this is my big stage now to show what I can do.
He's doing the championship manager sort of legacy building moment.
Literally.
And I've got a main question for the table is, why is it though that he has managed to combat losing a player of the stature of Harry Kane so well? Because I did not see that coming.
You have to prepare for life with Harry Kane eventually. Too much is going through him. He was our creative outlet. He was our goal outlet. When things got tough and you had to pull up your socks, everyone just looked at Harry Kane. Give the ball to Harry Kane. Now other players have to actually step up. They have to take some responsibility. Son's been given the captain's armband. I never thought Son could have been a captain. We saw the documentary a couple of years ago where Hugo Lloris was shouting at him because he didn't look like leadership material and got his head down. Now he's 31 and he's saying, I need to put the responsibility on my back. And I just think Ange seems like that's like, I've gone on YouTube and I've watched documentaries now on Ange, and you know when they go on YouTube and they make those little like compilations and clips. And there was one where he was giving a team talk to Australia before the 2018 World Cup. And you just see he seems like that real motivational manager. If anyone hasn't seen it, I urge you
I've seen it and it's
go on
really
YouTube
good.
He's
agree.
like, it's like where you can really tap into a player and make him feel like, why are you playing football? What do you do this for? It's not just for money. Like
Question though.
Go on.
You know, in terms of style-wise though.
I love the style.
I always felt like watching Harry Kane for England, don't shoot me, he slows us down a little bit, right? He isn't a pace player. He is technical, but occasionally he likes to take his time and turn and look and slow the game a little bit. And I feel like Spurs have quickened up so much in their pace of getting the ball forward. They're so much more heavy metal now compared to when they had Harry Kane. And maybe that has benefited them in a way in having a Maddison who switches on, right, 1-2, move the ball forward, and just building up in a different way compared to where it was like, can Harry get it? Yeah, go on then.
But again, the same question around that for me is the same question with Ange as well. It's like, it's going good right now. And like you said, when the going got tough, who you look for? You look for Kane. And right now, everything's perfect right now. But what happens when it's going bad?
Who do you look
and
to
them
then?
guys they can't look. I rate Maddison. I've always rated him. But Maddison ain't Kane. So what happens when you lift up your head and you're like, oh, Kane ain't here right now?
We got rid of a lot of players that I didn't rate and I wanted out of the team for a while. The likes of Eric Dyer, even though he hasn't been sold yet, but he's not in the team no more. And just come in and just got rid of him. Ben Davis at the team. Lloris at the team. Sanchez
still in the squad though.
Yeah, but
All
they're not gonna touch the grass. Like, we're out of the League Cup, so where are they gonna play? We have to take the FA Cup seriously now. So unless these players get injured, that's the only way that, like, if we got mass injuries, that's the only way they're gonna see the field.
When you speak about departures there, you also lost a pivotal player
the man that everyone looks to, obviously Harry winks to Leicester City. No, joking, no. Is there any part of you that looks how good Maddison's playing at the minute, and you just think, what could have been though?
Yeah,
if he had linked up with Harry Kane in that team. That could be the difference. And I actually would go more so along the same lines as you were saying about, I actually think that maybe once you take Harry Kane out of the team, I'm not going to sit here and say it's better, but maybe you get a new look which is working better for you at the minute. But there must be that thing as a Spurs fan of thinking, if we're this good without Kane, imagine a little link up with him and Maddison.
I hear what you're saying, but it's done, innit? There's no point in me looking back on that. Like we just got to look forward. Just seeing Maddison cook the way he's cooking right now, and then having Papita and Basuma, these workhorses behind him, it just feels like we have a balance that I wanted to see. So
Bingo.
I'm happy, man. Obviously, it's early days. What's the expectation? I didn't have an expectation before the season. Now I'm like, if we can continue on this trajectory and not have injuries, just try and battle for that top 5, because no one gave us a prayer at the start of the season.
And one huge indicator that you could get it is the same thing that helped Newcastle last season. It helped Arsenal and Man United. You ain't got Europe to worry about.
And we just went out the League Cup.
And that workload, it's a huge problem to deal with. So
Ange only has to prepare for one game, majority of the season, focus on those 3 points most of the time, and then try and do what we can in the FA Cup. And we still got Bentancur to come back as well. That'll be like a brand new signing. So I wish we would have got another striker or another set of goals in there.
Take that off him.
But, it is what it is, man. I'm just happy that we're playing good football again.
Do you have to temper your expectations slightly in sort of how gassed you're getting because of some, like, the last 2 games have been pretty easy opponents, haven't they?
Yeah, but I just think, Brentford away is not easy. That's just not easy.
Last 3 games, you had Man United and all.
And we drew. And then Man United, obviously we're looking at Man United now. We didn't know what they were going to be, but that was the second game in on paper. That's not an easy game on paper, and we managed to beat them 2-0. So with the test is coming up. We got Arsenal away where we never win. So that's a test. And then we got Liverpool at home. So if we can get out of those 2 games unbeaten, then I will begin to get very excited. But until that happens, we don't really know where we stand. Like I said, the most important thing for this Tottenham team right now and our fan base is that we're playing on the front foot and we're playing good football. We're creating a lot of chances, and we haven't seen good football at White Hart Lane for a while now. So that's what I'm most excited about. Like when this team, they're bopping it around. They're literally bopping. The goal you just scored now with Odegaard, we scored a similar goal
I saw it.
Against them yesterday, against Burnley. So that's what I want to do. It's been hard watching other teams play this possession football. Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City. We want to do that now. And it looks like Ange's going to play that.
So just to confirm, is there no hope of a trophy? Like even with FA Cup, is there? It's
going to be difficult. All we got is the FA Cup. Really, we're obviously not going to win the league.
Would you prefer a top 5 finish with no FA Cup, or an FA Cup outside of a top 5 finish? Surely it's the FA Cup for you guys.
It has to be FA Cup. And do you know what it is? Looking at Ange, everywhere he's been, and obviously these are competitions that no one rates, like, the Japanese, what is it, the J-League and all of these places. But everywhere he's gone in, the team that he's gone into has been one of those teams that were finishing like 12th or poor, and then the next season, he was doing what Conte was doing, turning them into winning their league that he's in, and with a flourish. Like, we're talking, they're scoring 90 to 100 goals plus, these teams. Even Celtic, when he came in, Rangers had just won the league, turned it round, they won the league, and in the season after, he's won the treble. Like, he's one of those managers that is in it to win it. He's not one of these, he's not there just to kind of make up the numbers. The
scariest thing for me is watching how the team spirit is also there.
Yeah.
Like, the way they were celebrating together and
after the game,
the energy. It was reminiscent of the way Newcastle felt when Eddie Howe revolutionised what Newcastle were.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like they're a completely different side when they have that togetherness as a squad. They become more likeable again.
Yeah.
And for me as footballers, you can feel when the lads don't like each other that much. You can see it.
You saw it under Conte.
Yeah,
they didn't want to stand around and applaud the fans. They just wanted to run in the dressing room.
They fucking hated that whole experience. And
Son definitely hated Conte now in retrospect.
Exactly. and
like in retrospect,
we say it in boxing, a happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, and it's very much the same in football. And I can see that within that Spurs side right now. And with him having this warmth about his character, you'll want to run through a brick wall for this geezer, right? So look, he's doing everything right and proving me wrong. So.
And also, we're looked at as the underdogs this season because of how poor we was and losing our best striker. And he feels like an underdog manager, and I feel like he's felt like that his whole career. And when you get 2 people with that kind of common goal together, everyone's looking at us like the underdogs. Let's go out and prove something.
Yeah, that's the energy we had last season, mate, and it's dangerous. It is. It's potent.
And we've got sprinkles of quality in there just to kind of push us over. Son can get goals. Kulusevski's good. Romero, he's a bit rash at times, but that's a World Cup winning Centre back right there. I'm just saying, Maddison's won the FA Cup. There's a couple trophy winners in our team that we never had trophy winning players in our team before.
Question for the rest of the table though, right? Because we're saying plenty of teams have started well and then fallen away and getting found out, and that's definitely a possibility for Spurs. Like, if one of these players stops scoring, all of a sudden you are missing Harry Kane more. Does anyone want to say right now they flat out think this ain't going to last, and that by Christmas, January, we'll see a different Spurs where they are falling away and struggling, and it's a different story?
I think they probably finish 5th or 6th.